Hello, everybody. Kyle here. It's been a while since I've done a video on this channel. I kind of wanted to shift gears into producing more content where I discuss collectibles. I might get back into movies, but I'm going to combine the best of both worlds and talk about movie collectibles. So, in this video, I want to discuss the predictions I have, some of the wish lists, some of the items I'd love to see for the Mandalorian and Grogu movie. Um, in this case, the Black Series line of the Mandalorian and Grogu movie. This is a pretty big deal, as I'm sure many of you who are watching this video are aware. This is the very first Star Wars movie in 7 years. So I'm hoping that Hasbro goes all out when it comes to this line. As many of us have some really great memories of Star Wars collecting, and especially movie based collecting, I think that there's something really special to be had about these figures. And I really hope that Hasbro makes it an event. I hope that we have another Force Friday, Midnight Madness, Mando Monday, whatever they want to call it. And I hope they drop a number of these guys out on a street date, and then all of us can head to Walmart's. I almost said Toys R Us, but Toys R Us isn't around anymore. But we can go to any toy stores that are open and grab these guys. At the end of the day, most of us probably will be just resorting to Amazon or some online retailer because we're losing our retail shops. A bunch of GameStops just went out of business around me, so I'm hoping that it's not going to be too hard to find Black Series this year. But all that being said, these are my predictions for the Mandalorian and Grogu movie as of now, because I was kind of hoping to make this video after the trailer drop, which I thought would drop during the Super Bowl, but didn't. So here is the video before the trailer drops, the next one, where I guess we'll reveal more things. So this is based off of the first trailer and what we know so far. So without further ado, here are my predictions. So number one, I'm gonna go with. Wait, no, that's not it. What happened there? Hold on. I'm gonna go with a leak. So this is right now is the only figure that has been revealed. This, I don't know who took this photo, but Yakface put this on his website on basically, I think another country got this figure. It is a deluxe Mandalorian and Grogu, which is surprising because they've only done deluxe Mandalorian and Grogu figures, or in this case, Din Djarin and Grogu figures, as exclusives. They've never made an actual, general release, and this may be an exclusive. I know that Yakface posted a number of rumors, possible figures coming out, prices, but this is interesting to me because on one hand, we're dealing with a new Grogu sculpt, which is great because I do think that the other Grogu sculpts, I don't know if there's as much you can do with Grogu, but this Grogu sculpt in particular, I like that it looks like he's sitting down. Um, but also at the same time, I don't know, maybe it's just me, but he kind of looks like he's, I don't know, a bit bigger than the other ones. But The accessories are great. I'm assuming a number of these are from that sequence, or at least that sword is from that sequence in the trailer where he's fighting in that gladiator arena with the Dejaric monsters. So I don't know if this is a combination of like all of his weapons in the movie or if it's just that particular scene. He has a really cool sniper rifle. Obviously, this has been discussed a couple, I think, months ago when this dropped, but first, I mean, it's a Mandalorian and Grogu set. I'm wondering if we'll get just a standard Mandalorian figure. Probably we will. Um, I wonder if that will be the case. But I mean, this figure itself looks like it's your standard Mandalorian. Um, he's a little. I think his knee guard is a bit. It's a different color. The Under Armour looks a little bit different. But he's basically the same, sculpt as the Glavis Ring World, or at least he's the same sculpt as the new Mandalorian exclusive from Target with the um what are they called? Hinged hands. Um but yeah, I mean this figure looks pretty good. I'll probably pick him up unless they so if they make a standard release Mandalorian and then they make a Grogu, I wonder if they'll do like a separate, so they might do a Mandalorian figure standard and then a Grogu figure standard with a bunch of accessories like they did with that season 2 Grogu a number of years back. Um that's probably what they'll do, and then they'll make you buy this set if you want these accessories, and then you can get them together. Um so this is either going to be a deluxe number 1 in this set, or it's going to be a separate deluxe. Regardless, the first two figures I'm predicting are Mandalorian and Grogu, obviously. The next one I am predicting will be a Colonel Ward. Now, what's interesting here is I don't believe Star Wars has officially revealed her character's name. This is all off of leaks. Just I think it was the other day. They leaked out a Lego set. So Sigourney Weaver is playing Colonel Ward. I guess some type of rebel. I rebel colonel, I guess, but like she seems like she's kind of filling the place in for Grief Karga as the magistrate and giving Din some jobs. So she's the next figure. Now, what's interesting about her, I could see them giving us a figure with her in this suit, but also at Celebration, they revealed this picture of her in a rebel outfit. So in this X-Wing pilot gear, we could see that. I don't know if they'll make two versions of this character, but it's either that one or that one. It's either these two looks. I think those are the one of the two looks we'll see for her character. I wonder what she'd come with, because on one hand it would be cool if she came with these droids, but like I'm afraid that would be like a deluxe set. And I don't think anyone would want to pay all that deluxe money for this figure with these droids. So I feel like they might just give her a single standard release. Though, I mean, they could do one with her wearing just this outfit and then her in a deluxe with these droids wearing that outfit. I don't know. But we'll have to see. So that's my second figure I predict. My third would have to be Zeb. Now with Zeb, I feel like this is right now the best shot we get of him. And in another shot, he's like carrying his staff, his electro staff, or I forgot what they call that for the Lasats, but his weapon he carries is coming with that. I'm hoping this is a mainline release. I'm hoping he's not a deluxe, because they made a Zeb a deluxe for the Rebels line, and in recently they made a deluxe Wookiee and Kelnaka, but then they made Chewie a mainline release. So I'm hoping we just get a mainline for Zeb, but he's definitely getting made. And I like that he's in the same outfit that he was in season 3 of The Mandalorian, because we need that figure. And it's good that they're bringing him back in this outfit so we get that design. And then I think you see R5D4 back there with the droids. I'm wondering if Pelimato might appear. If she is appearing, I'd like to see her figure, because as a fan of The Mandalorian and a completionist, I'd really like to see that character made, just so that she fits in both the Mandalorian and Boba Fett collections. But that's just, I don't know if she's in the movie or not, so I can't really say if she's going to be in this line or not. But my third would definitely be Zeb. And now this is where it gets in. Actually, before I get into because I was going to go more into the deluxe figures, I think we're definitely getting troopers in this line. So this is an AT-AT driver. And behind him looks like another AT-AT driver. So we're definitely getting troopers in this line. I don't know how many. There was a report by Yakface that we're getting an exclusive Remnant stormtrooper. I could see some snowtroopers. I could see some just standard stormtroopers. So I kind of hope we get a lot of stormtroopers. I hope we get regular general stormtroopers, because I like the army builder stormtroopers being released. I don't like that Walmart just recently charged $30 for a re-release of the original Mandalorian stormtrooper they made. But I'm hoping we get some more stormtroopers in the line. And then as for deluxes, I predict we're definitely getting Rada the Hutt in the trailer. Question is, how much is he going to be? Because Jabba, when he was originally sold back in 2013, he was $40, I believe. And that is, that's only $10 more than what figures today are worth in the Black or selling for the Black Series. So I do fear that if we get a Jabba the Hutt or any Hutt character, they're going to be, overpriced, and we're probably going to be dealing with upwards of $50 figures. Now, this is crazy to me, because he is probably a main character in this movie, and I don't know how many they'll be able to sell in stores, how big the box will be, which gets us to our next figure, because this is Rada. In the poster for the movie, we see the twins. So how on earth are they going to do this? Are they going to pack these guys together? Are they going to make them separate purchases? I feel like if they make them separate purchases, they will not sell well. But if they make them a set, then they'll be way too overpriced. So I don't know what they're going to do. So far, these seem to be the villains of the film. So that would kind of suck if the villains of this movie are these overpriced deluxe figures. I don't know. But yeah, so far those are most of the figures I see them making for the Black Series. Um I don't know. I mean, they have some of the Anzellans with Grogu in the trailer. Um but I mean, there are some rumors. I don't know if they're real or not that Embo, the bounty hunter, is in this movie. I would love if that's the case, just so we can get an Embo in the Black Series line. Um, but so far, going off of the first trailer, I don't really see them making the Dajaric, creatures. I don't really see them making, an an AT-AT Black Series or Razor Crest Black Series. We might get an AT-RT Black Series. That could be like the most expensive, set in the entire line. But I know some people suggest maybe Carson Teva. I don't know if this was true, but on one of the Legos, they had a Bo-Katan, which would be great if we get a new Bo-Katan with an improved face sculpt. That would be really great. But I don't know. I think that those are most of the figures right now that we're getting. And those are my predictions. So, what do you guys think? Do you guys think we'll get any other figures in this Mandalorian Grogu line? Do you think that we will get a Force Friday? Do you think that we will, you know, see at least maybe a year of a release of these figures? I don't know. I feel like it's all based on the popularity of the film. I feel like they have a lot planned now, but if the movie doesn't do well, they might just, you know, not make any more after that, which scares me because I don't like this mentality that they have at Lucasfilm and at Disney that they don't want to reveal things for the Mandalorians. The show, the movie, like they were very secretive, and that's cool. But as a toy collector, what happens is if you don't get these figures out by a certain date, the same thing's going to happen to them like what happened to the Rise of Skywalker. There are a number of Rise of Skywalker figures that have not been made. Major characters: Finn, Poe, I said Moff Gideon, Emperor Palpatine. And those figures just haven't been made, and that's primarily because the movie was not received well, and they just said, "Now we're going to focus on the ones that will sell." If they had made those figures ahead of time before the movie came out, we would have not have had to worry about that. So that's why I prefer them putting the figures out before the movie comes out rather than after. Yes, you can deal with really, accurate sculpts, and that's awesome. But I would love if the next time they start making Star Wars movies or shows, they are more open with the toy sellers and stuff about these figures, because not as many people are going to probably watch these movies or buy these figures if they don't do well. And sure, like, what am I saying? Oh, what if a movie's bad? You want these figures for it. But there are some movies that can be bad, but still have really cool characters and designs in them. And if you have a great design, it's a real shame when they don't make a figure of that. We just look at the prequels and how they were pumping out all that product. And look how many cool designs they had in there. So those are my thoughts for the Mandalorian Grogu line. I'm gonna try posting more stuff as the days go on, especially if there's a trailer. Maybe I'll post some other Black Series, either reviews or thoughts or videos. But that being said, thank you so much for watching and have a great day.